Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Septina Mulyana Farida from class 5B. Right now I want to presentation about my seminar thesis proposal. The title is The Use of English Pop Song as a Tool for Vocabulary Development Among Students in SMA 1 Labuan Haji. I exchange my gratitude to our respect examiner, Mrs. Siti Maisuro, for her graduates and to all that watched this video. This research focused on exploring innovative methods to enhance vocabulary acquisition through the engaging medium English pop songs. Okay, the first in chapter 1 is introduction. There are 5 points that I want to explain to you. The first is a background of study. The second is focus of the study. The third is statement of the problem. The fourth is purpose of the study. And the last is significance of the study. Okay, next. Background of study. Vocabulary is crucial in language learning, but traditional methods often lack engagement. Music, especially English pop songs, can enhance vocabulary, improve memory, retention, and boost motivation. According to Halam 2012, Asadillah and Barokah 2019 explained that music activity offer a meaningful context for learning vocabulary and language structures, helping students improve their language skill more effectively. Okay, the next is a focus of the study. In here, there are 3 points of focus of the study. The first is evaluate the impact of English pop songs on vocabulary acquisition among students. The second is identify the types of vocabulary commonly learned through pop songs, such as idiomatic expression and colloquial language. The last is analyze students' attitudes towards using music as a language learning tool. Purpose of the study. There are 2 points. The first is investigate the effectiveness of English pop songs in improving vocabulary development. The second is explore student participation and motivation in learning vocabulary through music. Next is statement of the problem. In my thesis proposal, there are 2 statements of the problem. The first is how do English pop song affect students' ability to learn and remember vocabulary compared to conventional teaching methods? And the last is in what way do English pop song increase student motivation to learn English vocabulary? Significance of study. There are 4 points in this significance of study. The first is for learners, provides a fun and effective methods to enhance vocabulary and language skill. The second is for teachers, over innovative strategies to create engaging learning environment. The third is for researchers, serves as a reference for future study on integrates music into language education. The last is for curriculum developers, support the design of innovative and engaging learning materials. Next is chapter 2, review literature. In this chapter 2, there are 4 points that I want to explain in my presentation. The first is introduction to music and language learning, teachers' perspective and practice and impact on student learning. The second is relevant study. And the third is theoretical framework. And the last is hypothesis. Introduction to music and language learning, teachers' perspective and practice and impact on student learning. Music and language learning are closely linked with music and changing language acquisition and auditory skill. Research show that music and language share cognitive process with musical training, improving phonological awareness. According to DG and Schwarzer 2011, an auditory skill essential for language learning. According to Krausal and Cassandra 2010, teachers play a crucial role in integrating music into introductions, influencing student outcomes. Music engage students through catchy melodies aids vocabulary retention, and evoke emotion, promoting motivation and cultural awareness. Okay, next is a relevant study. Review research showing that significant improvement in vocabulary and another language components such as grammar, through music. For example, a study by Liniana et al. 2050 relevant a significant improvement in vocabulary mastery among age grade students exposed to English pop song with pre-test scores ranging from an average of 54.02 to a post-test average of 73.2. According to Binku 2022 found that English pop songs were effective in improving tense mastery, highlighting their versatility in addressing various language components beyond a vocabulary. This finding underlines the potential of music for foster deeper engagement and better learning outcomes compared to traditional methods. Okay, next is theoretical framework. I have 5 points that I input to my theoretical framework. The first is Carson's input hypothesis, sung as input that challenge learners slightly above their current levels. The second is music mnemonics, music as in a memory called through melody and repetition. And the third is dual coding theory. Lyric combine visual and auditory cues enhancing retention. And the fourth is affective filter hypothesis. Music lowers anxiety, creating a conducive environment for learning. And the last is connectionism. Repeat exposure to patterns in a song strangers linguistic connections. Okay, the next is hypothesis. In my thesis proposal, there are two hypotheses. The first is null hypothesis. Students who learn English pop song and those who learn using traditional techniques do not significantly vary in their vocabulary development. This means that both methods are considered to give the same result in vocabulary mastery. And the second is the alternative hypothesis, state that there is a notable difference in a vocabulary growth between pupils who study English pop music and those who utilize traditional techniques. This means that one method is considered more effective than the others. Now is a chapter 3, methodological of research. In here there is 4 points that I want to explain in chapter 3. The first is a research designs and the second is setting and participant of the study. And the third is data collection and the last is analyzing data. Okay, now is a research design. I use experimental study comparing two groups. The first is an experimental group using music-based learning, and the second is a control group using a traditional methods. And and the objective of this research design is assess the impact of English pop song on vocabulary acquisition. And for the approach is compare vocabulary performance between students exposed to music-based learning and those taught using traditional methods. Okay, next is setting and participant of the study. Connected at SMA 1 Labuan Haji with 30 10th grade students ensuring this first sample drop probability sampling. Okay, next is a data collection. In here, I use a pre-test and post-test format with multiple choice and fill in the blank question. And the second is the experimental group engaged in activity like listening to and discussion pop song, while the control group follows traditional vocabulary exercise. And for duration, I take 4 until 6 weeks with 2 sessions per week, each lasting 60 minutes. Next is data analysis. In here, I use a statistic methods such as period t-test and independent t-test to evaluate difference within and between groups, and results are considered significant if be less 0.05. Thank you all for your time and attention to watch my thesis proposal seminar video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.